Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Senior Day recognition for your 2022 Falcons. Welcome fans to our Senior Recognition Day. The water polo team would like to thank the 5 seniors and their parents for their past 4 years of commitment. Here to congratulate these seniors today, we have Athletic Director Mr. Nate Pine, Associate Athletic Director of Athletic Programs Mr. George Nelson, Head Water Polo Coach Mr. Ryan Brown, Assistant Coaches Alan Huckins and Rick McKee, Volunteer Coach Brett Fogelberg. In Air Force tradition, Athletic Director Mr. Nate Pine will be handing our seniors an Athletic Director's coin. From Squad 36 in Elk Grove Village, Illinois, Alex Herejoy. Alex played his first 2 years, then became a manager as he wanted to focus more on his athletics. He'll be attending graduate school next year at Texas A&M. From Squad 30 in Laguna Beach, California, Larson Window McCarroll. Larson has played 81 career games, 28 goals, 37 points, 18 goals as a senior. He's a systems aeronautical engineer major, and upon graduation, he'll be going into pilot training. From Squad 20 in Grass Valley, California, team captain Dylan Sinclair. Dylan played in 48 games, 14 goals, and 20 assists and 18 steals. He's a business management major, and upon graduation, he'll be going into aircraft maintenance. From Squad 28 in San Diego, California, team captain Andrew A.J. Kuipers. AJ has played 46 games with 42 starts, 22 career wins, with 411 saves and 64 steals. He's currently 2nd in the nation in saves per game, 5th in the nation in saves, and 6th in saves percentage. He is a biology major, and upon graduation, he will also be going into pilot training. From Squad 28 in Springfield, California, Grant Snyder. Grant has put up 266 goals and 112 assists for 378 points. He's 2nd all-time in goals and points. Currently 2nd in the nation with 106 goals and 160 points. He's Air Force single-season record holder for goals. Grant has also just broken the all-time points total in a year. He's a 3-time WWPA Player of the Week, 2-time Air Force Athlete of the Week, and a 2-time All-American. The athletic department and water polo coaching staff would like to thank all of you seniors for your time, dedication, effort, and most of all, your commitment to this team. I'd like to thank you for all of you making your time here a valued addition to the long blue line of water polo players and leaving this program better than you found it. The one word that I feel describes all of you is my favorite to live by: integrity. Thank you, seniors. Coach Brown.
A very special day here at the Cadet Natatorium here at the United States Air Force Academy as 5 seniors being honored for their contributions to Air Force Academy water polo. Hello, everybody. I'm Jeffrey Orman along with Ethan Smith and Matt Kwan. And emotions aside, and of course it's always a very special day for the seniors, the Western Water Polo Association tournament will begin in about 2 weeks. So Loyola Marymount will be hosting. And Matthew, let me ask you first, what does this team need to do to put it together and be at full strength, so to speak, for that tournament? It's been a bit of a struggle down the stretch, but what do they have to do to turn it around?
I think what we're focusing on this game is just playing Air Force water polo, going with our plans, finishing on all the opportunities that we get, and using this game to really catapult us into first our weekend at Santa Clara and Fresno, and then a week after that going into LMU strong, confident, and with a little bit of momentum to push us through that long weekend.
Ethan, how do you see the final stretch run for Air Force, which consists of this game today and, of course, 2 games next weekend on the West Coast? How do you see it?
Well, hopefully we can finish today with a strong win. And, like Matt said, that'll propel us into next weekend where, we have a couple last chances to play some good opponents. And then before it's really, time to show out for WWPA championships.
No surprise that it'll be a senior start today. A.J. Kuipers will be in the goal. The field players, number 2, Grant Snyder, Dylan Sinclair, both of them are first-classmen. Cole Copperrood will get the start. Larson McCarroll and Kaito Ham, of course, Larson, a member of the class of 2023. Here we go, opening sprint, California Baptist and the Air Force Academy Falcons, and the Falcons win the sprint. For the 15th ranked Lancers of California Baptist, Tristan Felberg will be in the goal. Cameron Cullen, Matt Olson, Ian Escoto, Bodie Bowden, and Marcus Ludowick will consist of the field players. So I think, gentlemen, you are echoing the sentiments of head coach Ryan Brown. Gotta finish, gotta finish. They lob toss in, and it's going to be picked off by Tristan Freiberg, and now we will see the Lancers on the attack. This is a team that can score. They've got some firepower, averaging 16 goals per game. This is the 42nd meeting between Air Force. There's a shot and a score, and the Lancers go up 1-0. Matt Olson, number 4, gets credit for the opening score for the Lancers. And one thing I have to believe, gentlemen, is the Falcons do not want to fall behind, and like they did against Loyola Marymount when they were down 7-0. And it's time to really put the pressure on and have a good strike. And right there, right on cue. Hello, Kaito.
Good goal by number 15, Kaito Ham. Really good motion by the Falcons on that one, and looking for the open man, catch and shoot.
Air Force leads in this series 23-18, but the Lancers have won 3 in a row. Time to snap that streak if you're a Falcon follower. Trying to go down low. Nice block by A.J. Kuipers in the goal.
The senior, A.J. Kuipers.
That was almost a point-blank shot, and A.J. Kuipers said, not on my senior day, you won't. Ian Christie now working that out to the right side. Boy, they're playing him fairly loosely. I think they're maybe looking for some help there, and this one is tapped out by Tristan Felberg, so Felberg makes a nice save. Boy, I'll tell you, Grant Snyder, I think, going down low, and they are all over him, it looks like. Kaito Ham, who has the first goal of the match, fires, and he's got 2.
Another snipe for number 15, Kaito Ham.
That is Kaito's second goal in the game.
Ethan and Matt, it may be senior day, but you got a sophomore who's starring in the show right now.
Yeah, 2 goals from Kaido. I mean, I bet CB's really happy. Coach Brown's really happy with that. You know, 1 catch and shoot right on that post, and another one stepping in, using all the water that he can to put it right on top of CBU's goalie.
You know, a little bit of credit has to be given to the centers there too for attracting enough attention for them to drop back into a zone, because CBU is not known to drop back into zones. They'd rather stay with an aggressive press. Blocked by AJ.
I think there might have been a partial field block down there, but it's going to be AJ's who gets it. Lancers scored to go up 1-0. The Falcons have scored the last 2. Kaido Ham. Here's Ian Christie with the ball at mid-tank. We have a lot to talk about when it comes to Grant Snyder, so we'll try to get that out of the way. We've got 6 seconds to shoot. Ian Christie winds, fires, and scores!
From way downtown, number 4, Ian Christie.
You know, great shot by Ian Christie, doing what he does best, painting that corner off a great pass from Sam De La Cruz. And again, our center's just putting in absolute max effort there, trying to get CBU to drop on us.
Looks like Dylan Sinclair will come out, and Cole Copperrood will get a breather on the side. So the Falcons will substitute 2. Getting back to Grant Snyder, he's 14 goals away from the single-season record. You already know he's shattered the all-time single points record with 160. And I believe he's about has an opportunity to get the record for most goals in a season, but he'll really have to pick up the pace for that. He's also a candidate for the Catino Award, which is awarded to the top polo player in the country. 4 seconds to go. By the way, a little interesting footnote on that. Grant Snyder is the only player in the WWPA to have been nominated. That says something.
It really does. Grant Snyder being on that watch list for the Catino Award, basically the Heisman Award for college water polo is really special, and it just goes to what he's able to do in the water.
Well, I'll tell you what, when you're up against guys from Southern Cal and Stanford and Cal and all of those factories, that's saying something. One of the players that checked in was Jacob Yee. Here's a shot, and a shot hits the corner.
Looks like the Lancers are going to go with a full fresh 6 going in there.
Torrance Stanley cuts to a 3-2 for California Baptist. California Baptist among one of the schools that'll be going to the West Coast Conference along with the Air Force Academy. And boy, they'll be going uptown when they step into that conference, won't they, Ethan? I mean, that's stepping up your game a little bit. Ian Christie, oh, what a shot!
Again from way outside, goal by Ian Christie.
Ian with back-to-back goal. Park him at the 5-meter line and let him shoot.
Should be the 6-meter line now.
That is right. I stand corrected. Thank you. I don't know. Maybe he could shoot from half pool. I mean, you know.
At this rate, he should start
he's
shooting them from half
He's
full.
a bomber. There's no doubt about it. Here are the Lancers trying to get something going with 3:29 left to go. There was a waving that ball around. 7 seconds. We've seen this year how Air Force can burn out the clock. There's a shot, and it just gets past A.J. Kuipers, and it breaks the plane.
That is a very lucky shot by the Lancers, you know. Final seconds, just slips right under his arm. They're not making that one every time.
Cameron Cullen will get credit for the goal. Could be a tight match, as we mentioned. The Lancers have won the last 3 in a row. Can probably hear the coaching staff just to our right from here in the balcony. 50-50 ball. Ian Christie will have it. 8 seconds on the shot clock. And I think we get our first exclusion.
That is a number 3 on the Lancers excluded. So 6-on-5 for the Falcons.
And the Falcons will need that. Exclusion on the guy who just scored the goal. Ian takes a pass off the hand, has to retrieve it. 16 seconds on the shot clock, plenty of time. This one is punched away, 50-50 ball. It'll go to the Lancers. They have a chance to get the equalizer, taken right back by Air Force. Kaido Ham off to Ian Christie. I think Grant was trying to draw the foul, didn't get it. Turnover is going to go to the Lancers, and now they do have a legitimate chance to even up the score.
Lancers on the counterattack. AJ going.
Took a chance. Just broke the play. That was a gamble, and it just didn't work that time as AJ came out to get it, Matthew, and it just broke the plane, and now we're all even up at 4. Terry Oak scoring the equalizer for California Baptist. Turnover will go to the Lancers, and they'll have a chance to take the lead again for the first time since they went up 1-0. Falcons packing it down low. Looks like there's a shot coming. He wants it, and it hits the side of the post. It's going to be picked up by Air Force. Very active coaching staff down to our right. There's an opportunity. Oh, a nice wraparound shot and a score.
Great goal by 18 Colin Chase. That's what it's all about. That's Air Force water polo on perfect display.
Colin Chase, that was sweet. That was a little sidearm move. That was really...
That was a really good play.
Mike Kozlowski might want him on the pitching staff. What do you think? That was pretty. He was covered, and he said, well, I'll try a little Simard delivery, and bang, into the net it went. 57 seconds left in period number 1. Jeffrey Orman, Ethan Smith, and Matt Kwan with you from the Cadet Natatorium Senior Day at the United States Air Force Academy. Blocked by
Huge
Kuipers.
block by
AJ
number 1, AJ Kuipers.
While we have a moment, let us give a special hello to the parents and family of all of our class of 2023 seniors here at the Natatorium. Thank you so much for your support over 4 years. Here's a shot knocked away. Air Force has it, loose ball.
And that is a 5-meter call on the Lancers. So we'll have the Falcons shooting a penalty shot here. Really good drive by Grant Snyder.
Well, Grant Snyder, I think we've profiled him quite a bit this year, and Grant winds, fires, and hits.
That'll bring Air Force up to a 2-goal lead, ending out the first period here.
Substitutions coming in now for Air Force. Number 7, David Brown getting some tank time. I think Jackson Carter also coming into the match. gentlemen, something I think we've talked about this before, but watching this team all year, one of the things that I have been impressed has been the depth of this team. I mean, you've got your usual starters, okay, but he can rotate a lot of people, I think, and obviously some people getting a start today who have really shown their mettle, and that is the end of the first quarter, and we'll talk about that when we turn right after this. Senior Day here at the United States Air Force Academy. It is 6-4 the Falcons. You're watching Air Force Water Polo. This is Falcon Vision.
Number 15, Kyle Hare.
Foot on the accelerator and make the car go faster.
Yes, they do.
There's a pretty obvious foul there as Caleb Taroka. They're just going to
Air Force dumps the ball. Lancer counterattack.
Some action in close, but the ball appears to have.
That is CBU's first 6-on-5 of the game.
Offsides call. Just underway here in the second quarter of play. Falcons with a 7-4 lead. There's a shot. That's going to go wide left of the cage. And it will be Air Force's ball. Copperwood back in the match. Dylan Sinclair. They got that ball into Christie, and I was waiting for a shot from about 8 meters. So Falcons still have the ball. Ian winding, wants to go down low. Shot and a score.
Shot and a goal by number 2, Grant Snyder.
Second goal of the match, and the Falcons double up on California Baptist. Massive substitutions now coming in. I almost took a flyer into the pool, fellas. I mean, holy cow. Matthew, you have to stop pushing me.
And Air Force is going to be subbing in number 7, David Brown, number 6, Sam De La Cruz, and number 8, Jacob Yee.
Falcons with a 3-goal run right now. And I can assure you that is not enough. There's an open look, but they're going to hold up. Now they wind. I believe we might have
It's an exclusion on number 6, Sam De La Cruz.
So that will give the Lancers a power play opportunity. They have 45% scoring on the power play opportunity, which is pretty high, I would think. A rebound shot in and good. Logan Poole with the score for the Lancers. We mentioned at the start of the broadcast that the Falcons are honoring 5 seniors. 4 of them you know, but we want to talk about another sidearm delivery. This one is blocked by the goalie. But there is a 5th member who did play with this Air Force Academy water polo team, but then decided to pursue his career. And by that I mean his studies for his career. And a very special individual. So we will honor that gentleman when we get an opportunity to do so. 4 seconds, 3 seconds. Can they burn the clock? Oh, they still want to do it. Knocked away by Air Force.
Great tip by number 4, Ian Christie there to rocket the Falcons into a counterattack.
Here's Jacob Yee getting a little pressure on the near side. Jacob to Ian Christie. Oh, take a shot, Ian. Why not? Throws off to the right side. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Who's going to get the look? 1-0, and it'll be a turnover to the Lancer. Three minutes and 49 seconds before the intermission. Want to get down low. Not sure that was a wise pass, unless they can draw the exclusion, which I think they just did. So, second power play opportunity for the Lancers, and I think we're going to get a timeout called as well. 3 minutes and 35 seconds left to go here in the first half. Air Force leading California Baptist by the score of 8-5. You're watching Air Force Academy Water Polo. This is Falcon Vision. See the time remaining before the intermission. Falcons lead 8-5. Matt, what are you seeing so far in this second quarter?
I can see in the second quarter, there's not as much offensive power, but I think this quarter the key is going to be defense. I think we're playing great defense. We're really forcing them to make shots and do things that they don't want to do. And again, just defense is going to be huge. Just there, a great tip by Ian Christie, just breaking up that power play, stopping that momentum. We just made them waste the timeout.
Here's Kaido Ham. Kaido off to the right side. I think he wants to put a move on the defender. Going up top now to Grant Snyder. Grant already has 2 in the match. And we will have an exclusion and a timeout now being called by the Air Force Academy Falcons, I do believe. I think Ryan Brown would like to have a chat. So we'll take a break as well. 2:47 left to play before the intermission. Air Force leads it by the score of 8-5. You're watching Air Force Academy Water Polo. This is Falcon Vision. Jeffrey Orman along with Ethan Smith and Matt Kwan here at the Cadet Natatorium at the United States Air Force Academy. It is senior day. Gentlemen, take us inside the huddle. What do you think Coach Ryan Brown has been saying to the team?
Well, without giving away too much secrets, no, I'm just kidding. I think they're just going to utilize the time that they have, move the ball around, use a lot of movement, and these aren't secrets. When you move the ball on 6-on-5, you're gonna find the back of the net pretty easily.
I would say that's probably a pretty good summation of the season, Matthew. Move the ball and take advantage of the opportunities. It sounds a lot simpler than it is, I guess, at times. Trying to penetrate a little bit. Dump it off to the right side. Ian might have had a look. And
both Grant and Ian most definitely had a look there, and just fell apart.
2:23 left to play before the intermission. 8-5 is the score. There's a nice pass in front of the cage.
Knocked away by Kaido. Great defense.
How many times have we talked about it this season, gentlemen? Defense, defense, defense. One keys the other. Waving that ball around, 7 seconds, and there's a shot and a score. Well, Senior Day, obviously a very big day as we have the Superintendent of the United States Air Force Academy in attendance. Thank you for coming, General.
Yes. That would be Lieutenant General Clark.
I've had a chance to meet him. He is quite a gentleman. I have to believe the athletes in the wing really like him because he's very supportive of the teams here.
Great guy, and he's super popular within the cadet wing. A true leader.
It's actually coming up, so this is good. 27 seconds left to go on the shot clock. Christie working that ball around the copper root, left side. Do they want to go down low here, gentlemen, or are they going to fire from that point? Back to Christie. There's the look they wanted. There's a
by
finish.
number 6, Sam De La Cruz.
Sam De La Cruz makes it a 9-6 game in favor of the Falcons. 1:16 left to go before the intermission. Some pretty heavy action going out by the far side of the tank involving Ian Christie and Caleb Taroka. Down low, they want to shoot, and it's going to go wide right.
Great defense by the Falcons there. You know, just that is not the first time this game we've seen the Lancers have to throw the ball, you know, far left or right of the cage just because they can't get a good look. Great work. Entry.
There's an opportunity. Nope, ball slips out of the hands. Turnover will go to the Lancers as this is recovered by Tristan Felberg. And the Lancers will try to cut it to a 2-goal game. Lancers ranked 15th in the nation in the NCAA poll. My memory is correct. This is the 7th nationally ranked school that the Falcons have played. That one goes awry. Turnover, Air Force.
Falcons up on the counterattack here, trying to capitalize with these last seconds.
They may have a
Across
man
the pool.
open. Cole
Stolen by
Copperwood
the
looked like he was
Lancers.
open. I think they were arguing a ball under, were they not? Well, that is the end of the first half of play. So we will take a short break, exchange ends of the pool, and be back with the second half of play when we return right after this. The Air Force Academy Falcons lead it by the score of 9-6 over the California Baptist Lancers. You're watching Air Force Water Polo. This is Falcon Vision. Getting ready to start the second half of play as the Air Force Academy leads the California Baptist I almost call them lobsters, Lancers. Kaido Ham with 3 goals, Christie with 2, Chase with 1, Grant has a pair, De La Cruz has 1, and A.J. Kuipers with 2 saves. Stanley, their man, is the high scorer for the Lancers.
That is the third Falcon sprint win of this game.
Just enjoyed a video of the first sergeant of one of the squadrons here at the Air Force Academy being pitched into the snow. And it looked like there was quite a bit of snow that you pitched him into. We will not name the people involved. I think we've just had, do we have an exclusion here, or do we just have a couple of guys in the...
Yep, it looks like a Lancer exclusion here, so hopefully the Falcons can capitalize.
We are just underway in the third quarter. Shot and a score in the corner.
That is number 4 for number 15, Kaido Ham.
Yeah, let me just tell you that Kaido Ham is having a day for himself. You know, I think that's his 3rd bar in of the game. Really, really playing solid on defense as well. Just stellar performance by Kaido Ham.
4th goal of the match. And
I don't think he's stopping anytime soon.
Oh, you got a good horse, you ride it. Here's a turnover to Air Force, moving right to left here at the natatorium. One of the greatest signs I saw at the natatorium involved Kaido Ham. It was last year. His squadron made up a sign that said, "We've got the bread, what we need is the ham," and they just got another goal, did the Falcons.
That will bring the Air Force Falcons to a 5-goal lead.
The Falcon fans who are in attendance here today for Senior Day, they want more. We got a 5-goal lead. They'd like to see it extended. And they may have to against this California Baptist team. They have got some firepower in the pool.
Number 15 in the country, correct?
That is correct, sir. There's an opportunity for them to cut the lead, but looks like we will have an exclusion, so they will have a 6-on-5. Kaido Ham. Well, he's had good defense. He's shown what he can do on offense, and he's had an exclusion. I think he's done everything today.
Part of everything today.
For Kaido,
nice
his
block by A.J. Kuipers.
Fellows, from my standpoint, it looks like whatever was said at halftime, it seems to me the Falcons are turning it up a little bit.
Yes, sir. Yep. This is, I think the seniors really feeling this one, trying to have a great last game in the nat.
One of the beauties of covering Air Force Academy sports is everybody is a unit. I mean, it's almost like you have your own squadron when you're together, and one guy has a good day, and it just kind of, and they always pass it off, well, I had a good day, but. And I think that's one of the joys of covering Air Force Academy sports. It's all about team. Falcons really packing it low. There's a shot that goes a little high, wide, and handsome. Falcons leading it by a score of 11-6. 5:14 left to play. Falcons looking for their 22nd win of the season. That would put them 2 away from the all-time school record, and of course they'd have a chance to get that next week and in the WWPA. Go off to the right side. There's a shot. That goes a little high. We got a capless Lancer down here. And he will play on. There's a wind and a fire and a score. Number 3, Cameron Cullen.
And it looks like Coach Brown getting a yellow card there for not quite sure, to be honest.
Well, he has something to say to the charges out there, that's for sure.
Looks like number 6 there, Sam De La Cruz, may have got kicked in transition, and might be what he's angry about there. There was a no call on that.
David Brown now checking into the pool. Dylan Sinclair will come out for the Falcons. Any idea what just took place down here? Was it just getting the alignment set?
Yeah, maybe some words being spoken in between the referee and the coach. Maybe some concerns being expressed. Just a little bit of a delay of game.
11-7 is the score. Falcons on top. Falcons want to keep pushing. 11-7 will not be a safe lead. A 4-goal lead will not be a safe lead here. Down. They wanted to get that one, I think, inside to Grant Snyder, and they're going to be an exclusion.
Number 20 on the Lancers being excluded. You know, great draw by number 2, and an even better goal by number 4, Ian Christie.
Ian has the hat trick. 5-goal lead now by Air Force. 12-7 is the score. 4:02 in the third. Now some pressure being put on by the Falcons. They try to back up in the backwater, so much so that he relinquishes it to the goal. Good defense being played there. I think it was Cole Copperwood to put the heat on him. Here's Grant Snyder, and he makes a steal, and are they going to call him for it? Oh, they're going to give it back to the Lancers. Looked like a clean pick to me, Matthew.
I thought so too. And looks like a Falcon exclusion now.
Number 5.
Jake Dixon will be sent to the red ropes there. Power play opportunities. I think this is either the second or third for California Baptist. Now the 20 seconds has been burned off. There's a shot and a score. Give the goal to Toby Bumgarner, who makes it a 12-7 match in favor of the Falcons. Substitutions now coming in for the Lancers.
A red-yellow card for Coach Brown.
Well, the Falcons trying to answer. Falcons have had a couple of nice runs in this match to build up on that 12-8 lead, but it is certainly a long way from being safe.
6-on-5 for Air Force.
That'll be the first exclusion called on number 2. That is Angel Sanchez. Falcons just need to be patient and finish. That one hits the side of the cage, but did that go in? Did they count it?
Does not look like it. Does not look like he crossed the plane, and it looks like some chaos is ensuing in the pool here. Number 2, Grant Snyder, excluded.
Well, it's going to cause a stoppage in play with 2:32 left to play here in the third period, so we'll take a break as well. Falcons lead it by the score of 12-8. You're watching Air Force Water Polo. This is Falcon Vision. All right, gentlemen, the Falcons come out with a man down as Grant Snyder is called for his first exclusion. You don't want to give these guys too much of an opportunity, Ethan. You really don't.
No, we do not.
He's packing it down low. Shot, not a shot, a pass off to the left side. They go out to the wing. Go to the number 2. Now to the top. 12 seconds on the shot clock. And shot to score. Joseph Griffin now makes it a 3-goal match. I think Colin Chase has now come in for the Falcons. Dylan Sinclair will take a breather.
Lancers picking up a little bit of momentum here in this back half of this third period.
You just keep running the same offense, gentlemen, or there's some variations that you're seeing out here? There's a shot, nice block by the goalie, Valberg.
I think for the most part we're seeing a very similar offense just because it's been working. But you know, if CBU is, you know, learning how to defend it better, we might switch it up here.
Well, CBU making a little bit of a run here. There's a shot, and did it break the plane? I don't think so. I think there'll be no goal there, and a timeout will be called. No goal, 1:23 left to go in the third period, and this will be called by the Falcons as Ryan Brown will huddle with his charges. You're watching Air Force Academy Water Polo. This is Falcon Vision. Once again here at the Natatorium of the United States Air Force Academy, minute 23 in the third period, 12-9. The score in favor of Air Force. Matt, you said a good call, a good timeout called by Coach Ryan Brown.
Yeah, with such an experienced coach like Coach Brown, he's going to call timeouts at the exact right time, and right there was a great time to break up CBU's momentum, build ours up going into the fourth quarter, give some guys a break, but also just go into the next quarter with a goal, with some more energy, and also very importantly, just stopping CBU's momentum.
Nice way to do it would be to score right now. An exclusion. And here is where the Air Force Academy Falcons need to take advantage. 6-on-5. I think every practice that I have come to, Matthew, this is what you really work on, and it works that time. Nicely done.
You know, couldn't have been done any better. Great pass by Ian Christie to Grant Snyder. That's usually not Grant's original spot in 6-on-5, but he does it all in the pool.
Four-point lead now for the Air Force Academy Falcons as Grant Snyder puts it in the basket. Well, obviously the timeout, Matthew, that paid dividends because they were able to score off of that timeout, so it's all good. Here's a shot and a score. Yeah, that was set up nice.
hopefully we can end this third period out with a goal and keep a 4-point lead here.
13-10 in favor of the Falcons as we're in the closing seconds of period number 3. Jeffrey Orman, Ethan Smith, Matt Kwan on senior day here at the United States Air Force Academy. And what a great way to celebrate it if things will hold up. But we still have one more period to play. See how they'll set up that offense. Going to be a turnover to the Lancers. We have a couple of Lancers who are in foul trouble right now. But that pass
steal by number 1, A.J. Kuipers.
It sure was. That pass was long, and A.J. said, "Pardon me, I got it." Ball batted in the air, 50-50. The ball will go to the Falcons, and that's how we close out period number 3. Falcons lead it by the score of 13-10. Back with the final 8 minutes when we return right after this. You're watching Air Force Water Polo on Falcon Vision. Jeffrey Orman along with Ethan Smith and Matt Kwan. And Ethan, you noticed something when we broke to the for the fourth period. Ian Christie has 81 assists on the year, something we really haven't talked about. He's 4 away from the school record for most assists in a single season.
Yes, he is, and I believe we counted there was 5 this game, correct?
That is correct.
Having a great game, and if he keeps on track, he should crush that record.
I'll tell you what, when we sum up the 2022 campaign, it's been one that school records fell by the wayside, and almost forgotten was poor old Ian Christie. We've talked so much about Grant Snyder. He's broken the single points record. He's closing in on most goals in a season. He's done just about everything. I don't know. Do we retire his cap at the end of the year? How does that work? I don't know.
We might just have to.
If we don't retire that cap, it's definitely going to be a cap number that has to be earned by a strong right-hander that kind of follows in his footsteps.
Matthew, I couldn't agree more. That's a pretty coveted bonnet that he's been wearing for 4 years. Here we go with the fourth and final quarter. And the Lancers get their only sprint win of the match. And it's 13-10. And let's see how the Falcons will play it. I would imagine it's going to be tight D and opportunistic offense. Foul called. Ball remains with the Lancers. Or they get a look. They do. It's off the side of the cage. 50-50 ball. And it is going to go to the Falcons. That's Grant Snyder who sends it back to A.J. Kuipers. Falcons leading it by 3. Working that ball to the left side. 8 seconds left to shoot. That one's a little high. 50-50 ball will go to the Lancers. How many times have we talked about this, Matt? You got to take advantage of the opportunities. Ian Escoto. They want to go down low. Ball is loose. Out comes AJ, and he's got it.
Great steal by number 1,
Really good move there by 7, David Brown. Kind of, without getting himself kicked out or drawing a penalty, kind of forcing the ball into AJ's hands there. Really good.
I remember David from last year. This is his second year. He's a third-classman here at the Academy from Chula Vista.
Oh my gosh!
Scores it as time expires.
What a lob!
That
by
will
number
count.
4,
Yes, sir.
Ian Christie. Wow. Really good play there, keeping them on their toes till the very last second.
Well, that is a highlight shot, gentlemen. That is a highlight shot. Larson McCarroll will now come out of the pool. Let's see who we're replacing. Looks like we'll have a couple of subs coming in. Larson is out, and Kaito comes out. Kaito Ham. I think Grant is in there. Jackson Carter, I think, making an appearance. And now the Falcons really got to put the, there's a one-on-one opportunity, and it goes in the favor of the Lancers. Cameron Cullen will get credit for this one. Allowing a substitution as Cameron gets a goal and will be pulled from the pool, and Jacob Sill will come in for him. Falcons leading it by 3. Senior day here at the United States Air Force Academy. Falcons want to make it a memorable one. This pass a little high, and it looks like it's going to be a turnover to the Lancers, not what they needed here. Dribbling up the pool is Simon make that number 13, Thomas DeWitt. First time we've had a chance to call his name during the broadcast. Lancers trying to make some noise. We told you this is a very, very good scoring team. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, and that shot's going to go off the top of the cage, out of play, Falcon ball. I think Ryan Brown was trying to make a play on that one, and if he'd taken 2 more steps, he would have been in the pool. So, former goalie for the U.S. Olympic team, A.J. Kuiper's having a little bit of a smile with the official there. Falcons will have one more weekend series on the West Coast, and then it will be on to the Western Water Polo Association play. Loyola Molomont to
What a goal!
There's a shot.
Number 6, Sam De La Cruz, buzzing the tower there, shooting it right over the goalie's head.
Now that, folks, is an example of an Air Force Academy term, buzzing the tower. I knew what that meant. Doesn't go over real well with the guys in the tower, does it, Ethan?
Well, I'm sure it didn't go over very well with that goalie right there, so.
Let's go with that. He got buzzed. Cole Copperrood now coming out of the pool. Less than 5 minutes to go. Falcons really want to put the pressure on. Jake Dixon. There's a shot, and
Offensive by the Lancers there, so Air Force counterattack.
now if you are the Lancers, or rather if you're the Falcons, do you want the Lancers to press a little bit and force some mistakes? Nice block there. Fresh 30.
Coach Brown yelling patience here as there's 4 minutes left. Really we just got to hold on to this lead and make smart decisions. And
Offensive foul. Official calls an offensive foul, and I think that was on Jackson Carter. Way too much time left in this match. It's off the hands and a steal by Air Force. They get it back to the Lancers, and
scramble in
Air
the
Force
middle
takes
there.
it away.
Falcons have the ball.
Back to back to back, and the Falcons have it.
It's like boys are getting tired there a little bit. As this game rounds
Right now,
down.
you don't want to let up too much, but right now, if you just play your game, work the offense, maybe force the Lancers to make some mistakes if they can. But there's a feed down low. Shot clock expired, but Lancers have the ball. California Baptist, don't get that checkered flag out yet, folks. There's still too much time.
Looks like
There's a shot on the score. Just what I was saying. But
wind there knocked out of number 5, Jake Dixon, a little bit in center. Looks like he took a kick to the chest there.
Jacob Sill gets credit with that goal. Now it's a 3-goal match. Jacob Yee now being summoned. And he is going to come in for Dylan Sinclair, I do believe. All right, gentlemen, the lineup that's in the pool right now, from what you can see, is this more defense-oriented, offense-oriented? What are you seeing right here?
I mean, I see a lot of good defenders, but I also see a lot of firepower out there.
Yes,
I
and the
mean,
one nearest to us, wearing that number 2 cap, is one of them.
Yep, you have Grant Snyder, you have Jacob Yee, Ian Christie, Kaido Ham. These are all top scorers, and drawing a kick out there.
Falcons get another exclusion. Let's see who that's whistled on. .222. Turnover.
Pass flies high. Falcons down. Man open in the center.
This is number 10. Inescoto, the lob, and he got it. It's a score. It broke the plane.
So, with 4 possessions left in the game here, the Falcons need to use all the time in both of their possessions and stop at least one to secure this game.
The most hated shot by a goalie, the lob. Joe Sabo told me that. They hate that shot. Just wind up and crank it, dude. Sometimes a little finesse helps. Ball back to Air Force. I think we're going to have another exclusion here.
That is a really good move there by Cole Copperu, number 10. Drawing 2 exclusions there, back-to-back, 2 possessions.
And I think Ian Escoto, if he was called for that exclusion, he's out. He's got 3 exclusions now. I think he's done. So we will take a brief timeout. 1:50 left to go. Falcons lead it by the score of 15-13. You're watching Air Force Water Polo. This is Falcon Vision. Cadet Natatorium, 1 minute 50 seconds left to play in regulation. 15-13. We've had one foul out, and that was Cameron Cullen, who drew his third exclusion, so he's gone. We've had a yellow card administered to the head coach, Kevin Rosa, and Ryan Brown has also got himself a yellow card and a red one as well. So there we go. It's been that kind of a match, gentlemen.
Very high intensity here. So it looks like Air Force is set up in a 3-3, maybe looking to do some motion in the back half of this clock, you know, to make sure they use as much time as possible.
And it's a 6-on-5.
There's the motion.
Yep, now they're at full strength, the Lancers are. 6 seconds, 5 seconds, there's a score from the
Huge goal by number 4, Ian Christie. The junior stealing some thunder today on senior game.
You're absolutely right, and I'll tell you, gentlemen, I would, well, as we get a little closer to the end, right now Ian is my top pick for player of the game. I mean, I know it's senior day, but Ian has stepped in and said, hey, I can do this. Falcons battling.
With a
They're really
steal from Ian Christie. He's scoring goals. He's stealing balls.
Ethan, is there anything he hasn't done? I mean, this whole team. When you look back at how the Falcons played against Loyola Monument, this is a complete turnaround. They're back to the old Falcons again. This is going to be a huge victory for Air Force. And I think the reason, Matthew, is it moves you ahead of California Baptist in the standings.
Yeah, I think with this, we might, and depending on how Santa Clara does as well, we might go into WWPAs with a higher ranking than them. Also, maybe going into WWPAs ranked 3rd. And in years past, we've known your ranking going into WWPAs, it means something. Even though it is a tournament, even though it is a tournament and spread out through a couple days, your ranking going in does affect the teams you play, your chances of winning that WWPA tournament to get in, to punch your ticket into the NCAA championships.
With only 34 seconds left to go, we're just going to go ahead and keep it right here because the timeouts would be very, very, very short. Falcons leading it by the score of 16-13. As Coach Brown and one of the officials having a little giggle on the sidelines there. So apparently all is well with the two of them now. So, all right, gentlemen, 37 seconds left to go. How do you play it?
You know, just end it off here with a big ol' stuff and stop their offense and then, hold the ball and finish this game out.
You know, I mentioned a little bit earlier in the broadcast, and this seems like the perfect time to do it. We have honored 5 seniors today. Now, you probably noticed that there were 4, but we want to say something about Alex Herjoy. And, gentlemen, I'm going to hand that off to you because you know him. You work with him every day. A little bit about this young man. I think we just had a shot there.
Yep, goal by the Lancers there, but, 30 seconds left, Air Force ball. They're going to finish this out. Yeah, but, Alex is a great guy. Obviously, has worked super hard. He's going to be going to Texas A&M, I believe, for graduate school. And then we'll be doing developmental engineering in the Air Force. So, top of the line guys going out to do this kind of work. And he's worked very hard for it.
Alex played with this team last year, but, of course, decided to focus on his studies. And as you mentioned, he will be going to get a master's degree. Somebody told me, and I don't know how accurate this is, that one of the things that Alex would like to accomplish, he wants to design a drone. That, I believe it.
I wouldn't put it past him.
And there it is, folks, the Air Force Academy Falcons get their 22nd win of the season. They win it on Senior Day against California Baptist, 16-14, and that snaps a 3-game streak by the Lancers. They broke it.
Yep, great game by the Falcons. Way to have a good day for the seniors.
This is Falcon Vision. Back at the Cadet Natatorium, Senior Day, 16-14, the Air Force Academy Falcons defeat California Baptist University and snaps a 3-game win streak that the Lancers had on the Falcons. What a day on Senior Day. The gentleman next to me is a second-classman. 10 points, 5 goals, 5 assists. Ian Christie, huge win today.
Thank you. It was a fun one. Yeah, we had a good time. Kaido played well, AJ played well, and worked out.
How big was this victory today?
Pretty big going into conference. You know, we got conference in 2 weeks, I think, and last weekend loss against San Diego was a little rough, but you know, the big win against CBU helps going into the tournament, so works out.
It seemed to me that obviously you came out with a lot of intensity in this match, but it seemed to me the intensity really started to ratchet up. The closer they got, it seemed that the intensity got a little more intense on your side.
Yeah, I mean, the second it gets close, we all start getting a little nervous, and sometimes that works out. Sometimes we overthink and make some mistakes, but we made a few, but it worked out. So
it did indeed with a 16-14 win. Enjoy the victory.
Thank you.
Ian Christie, our player of the game, and now Ryan Brown, the head coach of the Air Force Academy Falcons. And I will tell you, this probably was a lot bigger than a lot of us know, because not only did you play with a lot of intensity, you had a chance to jump up in the standings a little.
Yeah, I mean, we played well. Cal Baptist is a fantastic team. It's always nice to win. Won our last game at home here, and then being Senior Day, even better. And they're a conference opponent, so it's going to help us in the conference ranking going forward. So, yeah, big game all the way around. Guys came ready to play, which is always nice to see. Indeed
it was, and still some things to do. I know we talked about it at practice. Still need to work on a few things, but how close are you to getting to where you want to be, or is there still some work to be done? I know what our head coach is going to say.
Well, there's always work to be done, but no, we converted on some key 6-on-5s. Unfortunately, we threw some away, too, which we got to clean that up. But I'll check the stats. I'll watch the film. But I think we did better on 6-on-5 than we've done in the past. So going forward, that's what we need.
I want you to give our fans that are watching on Falcon Vision a little bit about this class of 2023.
Oh, they're fantastic. You know, we're gonna be hugely missed. You know, AJ in the goal. Grant obviously does a lot for us. Larson's really stepping up as both a center defender and a center. He plays both positions. And then Dylan's really the Swiss Army knife. He plays everything for us. We've had him play throughout his 4 years here, pretty much every position except for goalie. And he does it in the games. He's playing right side, left side, center defender. Every now and then we'll ask him to go post up and play center a little bit. But no, they're a fantastic group of guys, 2 team captains, really leading this team, especially at the beginning of the year. They did a great job getting the team ready. And now down the stretch, they got the guys back on track, which is good.
And a nice way to finish up the home season for 2022, a win over a nationally ranked team. I think that's a second victory that you've had over a nationally ranked team. A good one to get today.
Absolutely. Fantastic win, conference and national ranked team and all that stuff. It's all good.
Well, I'll tell you what, Coach, before we call it a year, I want to thank you for the nice gift. Holy cow. I mean, thank you so much for that.
You're very welcome.
But I am not going to wear that. I'm not putting that on camera. Nobody wants to see this body. I'll tell you right now, we don't want people yelling whale on the beach. So, but thank you, Coach. Thank you for everything you've done.
Thank you, Jeffrey, and to the entire crew. Really appreciate you guys being here and doing the best.
Ryan Brown, the head coach of the United States Air Force Academy water polo team. And this is a beautiful segue as we roll the credits one last time. And we want to thank everybody who has made these broadcasts possible. Let's start with our sports information director, Mr. Nick Arseniak. Nick, thank you for everything. Our Falcon Vision crew, Dan Hinken, Larry Hinken, Brian German, Stephen Cohen, Adam Drake, Brannon Idle, Tim Serratori, Marcus Rodriguez, Adam Napick, Adam Parker, Kurt Boddicker, Vince Greco. Gentlemen, thank you one and all. And as always, a special thanks to Ryan Brown, his coaching staff, Alan Huckins, Rich McGee, Brett Fogelberg. Let's not forget the managers, Amy LeClaire, Anil Pena, and a gentleman that we did pay a little tribute to, Alex Herjoy. Some of our guest commentators, and we've had a few of them up here, Mike Kuipers, Joe Sabo, Ethan Smith, and Matthew Kwan. So that's it. We'll do it again in 2023. The Falcons on the road next week. And ladies and gentlemen, let me just say, on behalf of all of us, it has really been a pleasure. So, until we see you again in 2023, I'm Jeffrey Orman, bidding you a very pleasant good afternoon from the Cadet Natatorium here at the United States Air Force Academy.